Today, we're going to be talking about all things sprouts. You've probably seen sprouts on sandwiches or salads and not really known exactly what they are. Maybe you've loved them, maybe you skipped them, and today you're going to learn all the information you need to get started with a step-by-step guide for soaking and sprouting right at home. So first, what are sprouts? Sprouts are typically the young greens that are not fully grown into the mature plant, and their seeds have just germinated. So they have little green leaves, and sometimes the sprouts look like little tails. There are several different categories of sprouts. First, you have your beans and legumes. This would include things like chickpeas, mung beans, lentils, and black beans. Then you have your nuts and seeds. This would include pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, and sesame seeds. Then you have your vegetables like alfalfa and broccoli, and then you can even sprout grains. So that would be things like quinoa, millet, and wheatgrass. One of the most amazing things about sprouts is the array of health benefits that they provide. Sprouting is a really great way to increase nutrient density, absorption, and optimal digestion. Sprouts are nutritional powerhouses. They possess tons of vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and enzymes. So when you sprout certain seeds, you're really maximizing your nutritional benefits. All legumes, nuts, seeds, and grains have an organic compound called phytic acid. Phytic acid inhibits the absorption of several vitamins and minerals such as iron, zinc, calcium, and B vitamins. So soaking and sprouting your food really helps break down that phytic acid to ultimately promote proper digestion. They are abundant in nutrients like protein, vitamin C, folate, magnesium, and B vitamins, just to name a few. Sprouting releases enzyme inhibitors, making them easier to digest. So this is very helpful for people who are sensitive to beans and legumes. You can easily sprout things like seeds, beans, grains, and legumes right in your own kitchen. You don't need any fancy equipment, just a jar and some really good quality seeds. This process is so much easier than you might think, and sprouts don't require any sunlight to grow, so you can do this right in your own kitchen. Now Foods offers a variety of different seeds that can be used for sprouting. So we have everything from alfalfa, broccoli seeds, mung bean sprouts, mung beans right here. They have a zesty sprouting mix, which is a mix of clover, fenugreek, and radish seeds. So now let's get to the sprouting process. You start by using a sprouting jar, just like this one that I have from Now Foods. It's perfectly designed to make it really simple to grow your own sprouts right on your countertop. It has this mesh lid right here, which is what makes it really easy to drain out your water, to let the sprouts breathe a bit. Make sure you have a clean jar and some really good quality seeds. If you're using a half-gallon jar like I am here, you will use about 1/4 to 1/2 cup of seeds. You add the seeds to the jar, and then you pour filtered water over your seeds with about 1 inch or 2 of water to cover the top. You're gonna let these soak overnight or for at least 8 hours. Once they're done soaking, you will drain out the water and then rinse them with clean water, and do this a couple of times until the water runs clear. This is where your sprouting jars really come in handy because you can do this right through the mesh lid. So once rinsed, you're gonna prop the jar at a 45-degree angle to let the water continue to drain. And you're now gonna rinse your sprouts 2 times per day, morning and night, and just pour filtered water, drain it out, prop it back up to drain, and just kind of put a towel underneath it to catch that water. And this will give the sprouts enough air circulation without being soaked in the water. Each type of seed or legume will have different sprouting times, so some take longer than others. Over time, you will start to see the little tail start to grow. This means that you're sprouting. Sprouting can vary from 1 to 4 days, so you'll know it's finished when those seeds have a tail or if you've sprouted greens. The last step is to take the sprouts out of the jar and then put them into a large bowl, and you're gonna wanna cover them with filtered water. Use your hand to gently move them around, and this will separate the seeds that didn't sprout. And then you drain out the water, lay them out in an even layer on a clean kitchen towel, and you'll want them to dry completely before storing them in the fridge. When it comes to storing your sprouts, there are several ways to keep your sprouts fresh in the refrigerator. You can wrap them in a mesh cheesecloth or a nut milk bag, or even put them in an airtight container with a paper towel to help absorb some of that moisture. Just be sure to use them within 3 to 4 days for optimal freshness, nutrients, and safety. Sprouts are at risk for contamination from foodborne illnesses and bacteria such as E. coli, and this can simply be avoided by just using safe practices. Be sure to keep your kitchen and your jars clean and always wash your hands. One way to prevent bacteria in the sprouting process is to use citric acid. Citric acid helps inhibit the formation of mold and other bacteria growth, which is an all too common occurrence when sprouting in a jar due to the humidity and the condensation. All you would need to do is add about a teaspoon per quart of water when you're soaking your seeds. Delicate sprouts like alfalfa can be eaten in salads or on sandwiches to give it a nice little variety of texture, or even just right on top of avocado toast. For sprouted beans, legumes, and grains, you can just cook them and eat them just as you normally would. So as you can see, growing your own sprouts takes very little time and effort, but yields huge results in terms of quantity as well as nutritional benefits. If you're interested in any of the sprouting seeds and jars that I used, check out nowfoods.com/sprouting for everything you need to grow your very own sprouts at home.